Alright, so as you can see over here, all playing cards, they are different. Let's suppose we are the spectator to pick any card. In this case, the King of Hearts, doesn't matter which one. I'm just gonna leave it right there so you can see how I load the card very slowly in the center of the pack. Now we are the spectator, did your card? Well, they will say no. What card it was? They will say the King of Hearts. What card is that? The Ace of Spades. You say no. Well, the only card that is showing up is the King of Hearts. The reason it cannot be the Ace of Spades is because somewhere in the center of the pack, as you can see, well, not from this side, but maybe from this other side, the only card that is showing up is the Ace of Spades. And it's the only card that is facing up. Hello everyone, so in this video I will explain the performance of the color change basically, not the control. If you want to know how to control the selection to the penultimate position, just go to this video footnote. However, there are many other ways you can control it, but in this case, when I show the spectator, all the cards are different. As you can see, I keep the Ace of Spades all the way at the bottom because I'm going to ask the spectator for two different value of the cards. One is the one all the way at the bottom and the other one is their selection. So they know the selection, and that one is going to be in the center of the deck of playing cards facing the opposite way. So they can track more easily the card that they didn't choose, which is the one all the way in the front, and therefore that's the Ace of Spades, which is easy, to memorize. Let me show you what I mean. When I ask the spectator to pick any card, the Eight of Diamonds, I control the selection in the penultimate position, okay? Just go to this video footnote to see how I did it. If you don't want to use the same technique that I used to control the card to the penultimate position, you don't have to use it though, you can use any other method. And as you can see, the Ace of Spades is still at the bottom. Now the color change, this is how it basically works. I use the pinky finger right here, okay? Just by looking you have an idea. Then the ring finger is almost at the same height. It's not right there next to the pinky, but it's right over the pinky. Okay, from here you can see the pinky is contacting the card all the way in the front. And the ring finger, you don't leave it at the same continuous level, but you leave it right in the front of the pinky. Okay, so you can see this is what is happening. The pinky is going down, and then when it reaches all the way at the bottom, it's going to push the Ace of Spades, in this case, all the way to the back. Let me show you from the bottom. Just by moving or stretching the pinky, you can see how the selection moves all the way towards the bottom. Okay, exposing their selection immediately. So that's pretty much the move. You need a deck of playing cards in a good condition and also tacky fingers. So when you move the card in front of the selection like that, you can have a good grip so it doesn't slip over the pinky. Anyway, the way to conceal this move is by shaking and snapping the fingers. Well, the snapping the fingers is also a way to conceal the sound, because when you drag the card all the way to the bottom, it produces that noise. So you just snap, okay? You have it right there at the bottom, and you show the front. Now, however, the way I did it in the performance is not a way you should do it, because I bring the card all the way to the level of the deck of playing cards. You shouldn't do that. The way you should do it, once you have it down here, the card, as you can see, you have to lower the deck like this, square the card, and then raise it again, okay? Because if you just do this, and you try raising the card all the way to the back, you may expose the card, okay, very easily. So instead of raising the card right behind the deck, it's better for you to lower the deck right over the Ace of Spades. And it's gonna be about a second, okay? Then once you already have it back here, you can either just do a couple swing cuts, which I think that will be easier, and I don't think that's too obvious. But anyway, if you want to know how I did it, it's a bit tricky, a bit difficult sometimes, depending on the angles. You just drag the card by squeezing. This is what I'm doing. I'm squeezing this bottom half. I squeeze, you can see, and then it keeps pushing the bottom half to the side while I'm spreading. The tricky part is you may flash the back of the card in the process of sliding the Ace of Spades right in the bottom center of the deck. Then you flip it over and you can expose the Ace of Spades. But again, you don't have to. For example, once you already have the move done, lower the deck, spin. If you want, you can do a pass, okay? And then show the card. by doing a turnover pass or half pass or whatever pass. Or like I said, you can just do swing cuts. Now there is another way you can do this move. Instead of doing it from the long side, you can do it from the short side, just like this. Okay, just cover it with the back of the hand so you can conceal better the movement of the ace of spades. So the way to conceal the absence of the pinky, the way you can do it is just tilt it. Okay, so you can show more the card, the value as well. So you don't have to overexpose the absence. Just leave it like that, not like this, so you don't see the pinky, but in angle. Okay, and then when you proceed to the move, as I just explained, okay, just like that, you can load the deck. That's it. You can either do swing cuts or slide the card right below at your own risk. Okay. Now one last thing I want to mention is notice the pinky is making pressure. It's not an excessive pressure, but it's good enough just to move it down and drag the card below. Lower the deck, square the card, and then spin. Or in this other way, you like it, but I think this is less visual. Okay. So instead of doing this move in the short side, like that, which it may be easier for some of you, I do it in the long side because it's more visual. Okay, but again, just lower the deck. And that's it. I mean, it's quite easy. It just requires a little bit of practice, and I hope you like it.